Okay, I think we need to be real here for a second. The beginning of this chapter of Bleach with Grimmjow talking that trash or whatever. Let's be real for a split second. Ichigo will mop the floor with Grimmjow. Like, even if he has a second resurrection or whatever the case may be, second transformation or whatever, I honestly think Ichigo will still fuck him up. I think Ichigo has gone way past that point that regardless of what Grimmjow has done, I don't think Grimmjow would even like, and I didn't even expect the fight to go down any of those people for that matter, Nel and him or whatever, but like, I think that Grimmjow was just talking out his ass at the very least when he was talking to Ichigo because I think Ichigo would floor him. Now this chapter, one of the big things is the return of Nel in her adult form. Seemingly can stay that way from now on, although I don't expect for her to entirely stay that way. Maybe at some given point the bracelet will break and she'll turn back into the little girl, but it was good to see at the very least that Nel is back in action or whatever because, I don't know, I really like Nel. I think she's awesome. She was one of my favorite of the Espadas and just always one of those characters that's like, when is she going to finally return and be an adult? And not for those perverted parts either, I'm just saying. Also a little bit of progression on the Ichihime. Not necessarily progression, but just seeing Orihime getting jealous or whatever at the end of the day, showing yet again, she wants that dude, she wants it bad. And one of the big things that had the fandom going crazy, I noticed, was the whole back and forth between Nel and Grimmjow, where Nel pulled a rank on him and said, yo, motherfucker, remember who you're talking to, you're number 6, I'm number 3. Like, yeah. But then, it gotta make you wonder, one of the big questions I had is, last chapter anyway, did Grimmjow progress? Or is he the same Grimmjow we've seen? And in this chapter, we got confirmation at the very least that he has progressed. When he said, oh yeah, those numbers don't mean shit anymore. Why don't we try right now and see who's the higher rank? Which means, at the very least, Grimmjow has trained to a point where he knows he has surpassed what Nel was back then. And I think that that's why he's confident enough to say something along the lines of that, which makes me like really want, first of all, I would love to see what Grimmjow did to get to that point. What training did he do? What did he go through or whatever? That's something I would like to see a little flashback of. I mean, if he trained this much to think that he surpassed even Nel, let's see it. And then we got the return of our execution. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. I don't want to see the Fullbringers. I don't want to see, especially those two. Like, I'm honestly more fine, and I know that's crazy for me to say, but I'm more fine with seeing the other ones that went to train with Ganju. I'm more fine with seeing them, Tsukishima in particular, than seeing these two. Like, I get it why they brought back, and there was a lot of exposition as well explaining that they were basically brought back so that they could transfer themselves from where they were at to the Soul Palace and their abilities, etc., etc., but I mean, I guess Kubo's bringing everyone back, the last pieces, to make sure that he doesn't forget anyone, and I'm glad we don't see Mo at the very least, you know, the lucky motherfucker, but I just don't care. I don't want to see them. I don't care for the Fullbringers, especially those two, like Yukio, wannabe Game Master, and Raruka with her fucking donuts, like, don't care. And going back to the whole lot of exposition stuff or whatever, at the end of the day, while yeah, it can be a little daunting, it is necessary and it is a good thing and it does give a legitimate reason as to why these particular Fullbringers would be back, because other than that, it would be like, why the fuck you brought them back? They can't do shit. So good thing in that aspect of as far as getting the exposition and how, you know, the traveling goes and whatnot. So that was fine. In all honesty, this chapter, it was a good chapter. The Fullbringers I didn't particularly care for, but the whole thing between Nel and Grimmjow, kind of getting confirmation that Grimmjow has trained, Nel returning in her adult form, and kind of getting a little bit more aspects of that. Definitely some good stuff there, and overall it was a good chapter. And it's kind of funny to see that the baddies pretty much can't do anything, like Uryu and all of them. They just got to sit there and wait because Bach is still taking his Soul King bubble bath at the moment. So yeah, it seems as though everybody is on a downtime at the moment. Like the villains can't even do much because Bach is there, and then they're stuck down there, Ichigo and them. So it's kind of like one of those downtime moments for everybody to get prepared and then come back. And the only thing I'm kind of worried about is there's a lot of heroes or a lot of people on the protagonist side, and there's not that many on the villain side. So I'm really hoping with Bach's new transformation or whatever, that he just comes out and immediately just starts ripping people in half. Like the Fullbringers, I want to see Yukio and Raruka get fucked up. Like, and the other ones as well, like the butler dude, I can't remember, was it Kurge? No, not Kurge. Kurge was the other dude. I don't know, but I just want to see when Bach comes back and everybody starts to fight again, I want to just see Bach start ripping people. Because there's a lot of heroes, and we need to dwindle those numbers down. So that's one of the only things I'm kind of concerned about. So 7 out of 10 for this chapter. Good stuff nonetheless. But let me know what you guys think first of all. Do you think that Grimmjow has surpassed Nel? And if he has, how strong has Grimmjow become? Also, what do you think about Nel returning in her adult form? Is that good, bad? And the return of the Fullbringers, yay or nay? Personally, I say 100% nay, but some people seem to like them. And your overall thoughts of the chapter, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.